What is going on? I'm your host, Mike Sports Vibes, and I gotta talk that talk. I gotta get some things off my chest. But I hope you're having a wonderful day. God bless to each and every one of y'all. And I'm just a big Minnesota Viking fan, a passionate Minnesota Viking fan, and you know, a lot of big decisions will be made in these last 3 games of the season, and especially in the off season. There's a lot of question marks when it comes to the starting quarterback. To some people, they are just out when it comes to JJ McCarthy. And some people are wanting to choose any quarterback that is available. And the title of this video is Vikings don't need to trade for Kyler Murray or Tua. JJ McCarthy should be the quarterback in 2026. That's my honest opinion. That's how I honestly feel. And I feel like we'll see after these 3 games. Obviously, these 3 games mean so much when it comes to his developing, and he has to look good. He has to look decent. I'm not saying he has to be the greatest quarterback of all time, but he has to be. A shout out to Mike. Salute to my guy. Salute to my guy. Salute to my guy, Mike in the building. He said Kyler lost his job to Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, you can't have him come in, bro. I'm trying to tell people, and this is just my opinion. Some people might disagree. But my opinion is I wouldn't want to bring in Tua or Kyler Murray. Let's just stop it all now. Like, let's just not even talk about that. Those are the two of the least. Like, I'm not saying Tua ain't talented. I'm not saying Kyler Murray ain't talented. But at the same time, bro, JJ McCarthy's talented. And if you're bringing him in to be a backup, you are mistaken. Those two quarterbacks ain't coming to the Vikings to be a backup. First of all, for you to trade for Tua, unless they release Tua and he's going for a veteran minimum, I'm not bringing him in, right? He is talented, but he's injury prone. Kyler Murray, unless the cards release him, the man is under contract until 2028, bro. His salary, I'm talking about Kyler Murray. His salary, he signed a contract that was $230 million, $0.5 million. $230 million. And his annual salary is $46.1 million. And his guaranteed salary is $159 million. And this is all the way until 2028, bro. Like, I'm sorry, but not sorry. I'm not trying to, like, if you bring Kyler Murray, he's going to have to be your starting quarterback because you're paying him starting quarterback money. And I'm not willing to give up anything for him. So this is all for the people that really just don't believe in JJ McCarthy. They think JJ McCarthy is a scrub. They think that JJ McCarthy has no type of game. And you're entitled to your own opinion. But I'm not giving up anything for Kyler Murray. I'm not giving up anything for Tua. And I don't even want them to be on the team for a minimum, a veteran minimum, because they're not coming to the team to be a backup. I promise you that. They're not coming to this team to be a backup. Tua will not come to the Vikings to be a backup. So everybody that wants him to be a backup, Tua's not coming to the Vikings to be a backup. Kyler Murray ain't coming to the Vikings to be a backup. So it's not happening, bro. It's not happening. You need to get someone that is like a Joe Flacco or somebody like that. You're not going to be able to make a Kyler. If you trade for Kyler Murray, he's going to have to be the starter, bro. It's too much money involved. You know what I mean? Or even if you sign him on a veteran minimum, you think he ain't going to challenge JJ McCarthy? You think he ain't going to try to get the starting job? You think Tua ain't going to try to get the starting job if you happen to sign him on a veteran minimum? It's not. It doesn't. And then when you go to the statistics, I'm gonna get to the comments shortly. Shout out to my guy, Poet in the building. Now, listen, he's on IR for a foot injury, I believe. Kyler Murray's on IR for a foot injury, and he didn't play that many games. He played 5 games, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. QBR is absolutely horrible, 46.3. He threw for 962 yards. I don't even think he's the type of quarterback that Kevin O'Connell would even want, to be honest with you. Not saying he's not talented, but he doesn't seem like the type of dude. Like if 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 Kevin O'Connell was going all in on the quarterback, it would have to be Joe Burrow. It would have to be Justin Herbert. Other than that, bro, there's no other quarterback that is rumored to come to the Vikings that I would be like, yeah, that's a good idea. No, it's not a good idea. Kyler Murray's not a good idea. Tua is not a good idea. Let's stick to what we have and build up JJ McCarthy. Let him play out. Let him play in 2026. Let him be the starter in 2026. Win, lose, or draw. See what this man is made of. And like my boy said, I believe. Yeah, you gotta believe. And my boy Mike said, if you do that, you are the Browns route, and you're going to bring in Zach Wilson, Rattler, Cabernet Russell Wilson to just the most mid quarterback room. Yes, bro. Like, why would you want to? Like, I'm seeing, and I'm not coming at anybody specifically, right? But I see people that are way bigger than me, right, on YouTube that are talking about Kyler Murray and Tua, bro. I'm sorry, but not sorry. I'm not going that route. I'm not going that route. Like I said, he would never come to the Minnesota Vikings to be a backup. And I'm not trying to be mean, but I'm being real. I feel like JJ McCarthy right now, his ceiling, we haven't even reached close to a ceiling. That's for one. For two, I just feel like his ceiling is bigger than Tua or Kyler Murray right now. Just my opinion. Maybe they're not. Maybe JJ McCarthy's not better than them right at this very moment because he's still a young quarterback. But I'm not like, listen, I'll take my chances with my 22-year-old quarterback than getting a quarterback that had Tua, God bless him, concussion protocol left and right every other week. I'm sorry, but not sorry. I don't want him on my team. All right, so then when you go to Kyler Murray, he's always getting injured as well. Like I said, he's coming off a foot injury, and the man is getting paid all the way to 2028, bro. 2028. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to pay this man. It's not my money. Listen, listen, it ain't my money, but I'm trying to win a Super Bowl, and I don't think that would be a good idea. If you're going to pay a lot of money for a quarterback, it has to be Joe Burrow and maybe Justin Herbert. But I don't even want to do that unless JJ McCarthy shows me in these last 3 games that he throws for like 10 interceptions. His QBR is 0.0. He has no type of game against one of the worst defenses in the game against the Giants this Sunday. And listen, then we have some questions, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. Honestly, I want to just ride it out with JJ McCarthy and see what happens. What's up, Ethan in the building? What's up, baby? Everybody that's in the building, hit that like button, and also hit the subscribe button. We are going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. And I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. And I truly feel that way. Shout out to everybody that's rocking with your boy. Thank you so much for all y'all support. It took us years to get to the place where we can roll with a rookie quarterback. Make JJ McCarthy competent and pour money into the rest of the team. Skull, I agree with that. Tua won't come because Flores, but he would be a good backup. You know what? Flores might be out of here, though. Flores might be out of here after this season. If say for instance, hypothetically speaking, I'm not saying Kevin O'Connell's going to get fired, but say he got fired and they made Brian Flores the head coach, then definitely Tua ain't coming here. He ain't coming here. But yeah, as a backup, that's the issue though. He would never come to a team to be a backup. I don't see that. There's a certain ego that I see in Tua. Not saying that you shouldn't have an ego. If you feel like you're the best, you should feel that way. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that he shouldn't feel the way he feels. He not coming to be no backup. Tua ain't coming to be no backup. Kyler Murray would not come to the Vikings. You think they would look at JJ McCarthy and say, yeah, he could beat me out. He's better than me at quarterback. Listen, I'm telling you, they're going to challenge. I'm telling you. I'm not saying don't challenge JJ McCarthy, but they're not coming to the Minnesota Vikings to be a backup. And I'm talking about Kyler Murray and Tua. If it was a way that the Vikings, or some reason the Vikings said, oh, I want Kyler Murray. Oh, I want Tua. Bro, they're not coming to the Vikings to be a backup. It's not like a Joe Flacco. You get Joe Flacco, you know what it is, bro. It's not like say hypothetically speaking, you get a Zach Wilson. He coming to be a backup. What's another quarterback? And I'm not saying that you don't want to challenge JJ McCarthy, but I just don't see Kyler Murray being the best in this offense. I don't know, man. I'm not saying he doesn't have a big arm, but his accuracy is questionable. His durability is definitely questionable. And I'm just being honest. And I think he's a talented quarterback. He's very talented. He's a true dual threat. If I had to make a choice between Kyler or Tua, I'm going Kyler Murray all day. But the money situation, bro. And like I said, unless the Cards release him, is he going to suffer a veteran minimum? I don't know. JJ has shown enough to say he might just have something. You just need to back up just in case. Yes, facts. Murray for cheap, I would take. Yeah, for cheap, I would take. But then you got to think of it like this. I know for a fact. I've been to my first Viking game, week 2 against the Falcons. The Viking crowd ain't no joke. I thought that I'm not saying I never thought the Viking crowd was soft, right? But I did not think the Viking crowd would be like that. Like, they showed no mercy when it came to the Vikings and their performance against the Falcons in week 2. If Kevin O'Connell doesn't adjust his play calling, I'm not even just talking about for the last 3 games. I'm talking about for next season as well. Adjust it to his strengths. I'm talking about JJ McCarthy's strengths. If he doesn't, and JJ McCarthy doesn't look good, I'm telling you right now, the crowd's going to say, Kyler Murray, dun, 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 dun. Kyler Murray, dun, 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 dun. I'm telling y'all. I already know what it's going to be hitting for. I'm telling y'all. Instead of popcorn, you should do these streams with Justin Jefferson Jetta's mixed cereal. You know what? I gotta go get that cereal. That's a good idea. I gotta go look at cereal up on Amazon and try to get that cereal for real. But yeah, get y'all popcorn ready. Get your lemon pepper wings ready. Get it all ready. I got a question for everybody. Should I go live for this game? It's the Rams versus the Seahawks. I can do that live stream if y'all want me to. If I get enough people that want me to do that live stream, I'll go live for that stream. Great point. Tua burned the bridge to the ground. Like, Tua keeps getting concussions, bro. Like, I'm not trying to listen, bro. I'm really trying to get away from the injury-prone players right now. Like, for instance, right? I have a question about Christian Darrisaw. That's one of the best tackles in the game. The man ain't played all season. I mean, he played some games this season, but then when he played, he'll come out a game. He's hurt this game. He's out this game. Yo, we have a question with the tackle position right now. And I know when he's healthy, he's one of the best tackles in the game. But I have some concerns with Christian Darrisaw in his health for the remainder of his career. That was a major injury that he had last offseason. Maybe they rushed him too quick this season. I have no clue. But things are starting to be red flags when it comes to Christian Darrisaw. So we got so many different things to worry about right now. Like when it comes to the offensive line, because I want the offensive line to be the best it can be for JJ McCarthy and our running back. You know what I mean? And our running backs. We need to have a good offensive line. This 2026, this offensive line has to be on point. We need a center. We might need a tackle, depending on what we do with I don't know what they're going to do. Like, I'm just nervous about the tackles. Like, they're very good. Brian O'Neill is a Pro Bowl tackle. Christian Darrisaw, Pro Bowl tackle. When healthy, he's probably the best tackle in the game. But my issue is health. It's not the talent. It's the health. Now, if they can't play all the games, then what the heck? You know, all that, the accolades of being a Pro Bowl and being one of the best tackles in the game don't mean nothing if you ain't on the field. Tua and Kyler are going to have to take anything given to them, just like Danny Dimes did. They haven't proven themselves to be good enough to start. They will have to sit somewhere. You know what? You might have you actually, I think you have a great point. And I don't feel like you're wrong at all when you say that. But this is the issue. I feel like JJ McCarthy has to really go hard these last 3 games. I'm not saying he's going to be a Hall of Famer in these 3 games, but I'm telling y'all right now, Tua and Kyler Murray, if they was to get released by their teams and they was to sign a veteran minimum on a good price, y'all, they're going for that starting job. Like, I understand they might say, oh, yeah, I'm just going to be a backup. Bro, I'm telling you right now, they're going to look at J.J. McCarthy and say, I got Justin Jefferson on this team. I got Jordan Addison. I got this player and I got that. Hey, listen. I'm trying to get that job. Once he slips up one time, or if he gets hurt, you might have an issue, JJ McCarthy. That's all I'm saying. And I'm not saying not to have competition because you want to get a reliable backup. The most important position is the quarterback. The starting quarterback. The second most important position, in my opinion, is the backup quarterback. Because if you don't want your starting quarterback to get hurt, obviously, right? But then say he does, and then you have who you got. We started Carson Wentz, bro. Respectfully, Carson Wentz played good in a couple of games, but we played Carson Wentz. At one point, we had Sam Howell as our backup. Man, I was saying all offseason, go get Joe Flacco. They didn't do it. I don't got no pull. If I had Quazy's number, I would have had him on speed dial. Hey, yo, Quazy. Hey, yeah. Hey, Mike Sports Vibes. What's up? Hey, Quazy, man. I feel like, first of all, get your popcorn ready, Quazy. I got something to say. I need you to hear it, bro. Yeah, Mike. Let me know what you mean. What you want? What's your opinion? Hey, listen. I like JJ McCarthy, but guess what? The backup situation is it's a hectic situation. We on cold red. We don't got a backup. Quazy. We don't got a dang on backup. Hey, Mike Sports Vibes. I got Sam Howell. No. That's a cold red situation, baby. That's a cold red situation. We don't want that. Alert. We don't want that. Well, we could sign Carson Wentz 2 weeks prior to the season. That's a no-go. Don't do that again. We need a reliable backup, y'all. In my opinion, listen, do what you got to do, Quazy, for the right price. If it is Kyler Murray, if it is Tua, but I'm telling you right now, you might have a quarterback controversy as soon as JJ McCarthy gets into any trouble in 2026. Now, are you ready for that? And respectfully speaking, Tua is a no-go. Don't even think about Tua. No disrespect to Tua. He is talented, but that man is very injury. They both injury prone, but I'll take Kyler Murray over Tua. But make sure we have a backup. Point blank period. Make sure we have a backup. Don't go into 2026 thinking Carson Wentz gonna be your backup. Don't do that. Respectfully speaking. And I'm gonna hang up the phone. But I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying. Allen does a lot more on his feet. His team blew people out and took off a few games. States can't tell. Yes, stats don't tell it all. You're right. Hey, listen. You're 100% right, bro. If I had to choose between Kyler or Tua, I'm going to cry. Hey, listen, I'm going Murray, bro. I'm going Murray, but like it has to be a veteran minimum, and it has to be like, yo, you're the backup, bro. The only way you're getting in the game is if my guy gets hurt, bro. And I will have to make sure he knows that. You're not getting in the game because JJ McCarthy's having a bad game. We're going to go through the ups and downs through 2026. I want to know for a fact that JJ McCarthy is it or not. He needs to play all 2026. All of 2026. I want to see my guy JJ McCarthy play. But on top of wanting to see him play, I need Kevin O'Connell to be on the same page with his quarterback. Meaning whatever JJ McCarthy does well, amplify that with the play calling. Whatever his weakness is, work on that. When it comes to his throwing motion or his like any little thing that he has to work on all that, bro. Develop this guy. I'm expecting you to be live. Oh, you want me to be live? Okay, bro. I'm definitely thinking vibes. You think Wes Phillips is still here next year? You know what? Depending on how this season ends, bro, I think a lot of people are going to be going. We'll see, though. We'll definitely see. The number one tackle doesn't mean anything if you get him for 50%. Yes, that's a fact. And I listen, I'm a big Christian Darrisaw guy, but my gosh, man. I'm looking up some articles like before I go on this live, and they were talking about that Christian Darrisaw didn't want to talk to the press because he doesn't want to answer no question because he doesn't want to talk about if he's going to play for the rest of the season. Hey, listen, bro. That's part of your job. You got to talk to the press. I know they're humans at the end of the day. Just be honest. Like, listen, you're going to have to talk to my coaching staff. Hey, listen, you could deflect and do that. At least say something, bro. Be like, yo, you're going to have to talk to my coaching staff on when I feel like I'm ready to play, but it's up to my coaching staff. That's all you got to do. Why is that so hard? Like, I'm not a professional athlete, so I don't know what they go through, but sometimes they be making this stuff way too hard, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. They better shut down Darisaw for the right. And honestly, I think they should too. I think they should. I think they should, bro. I think they should sit down Christian Darisaw because you don't want him to get hurt. You want him to be healthy for next season. But what I will say, if you don't have Christian Darisaw and you have Justin School playing or whatever, or whoever's playing on that offensive line, hey, Kevin O'Connell, these long 30-yard passes, these developing plays that you want to call, you can't do it, bro. You just can't do it. You're going to have to do some, you're going to have to change up the playbook, bro. You got to adjust to what you have on the field. Yeah. If he plays and gets hurt, oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. He can't, yeah, we don't want him to play right now. Talking about starting quarterbacks getting hurt. Yeah, man. Quit. Yeah. And I know people are going to say, well, JJ McCarthy got hurt. I understand that. Like, I'm not going to sit here and deny, like, I feel like in these last few weeks, I became like a big, like I've always been a JJ McCarthy supporter, but like I'm like a much bigger JJ McCarthy supporter because I feel like he hasn't got the right. They really came at that man. It really seemed like they wasn't trying to see this man be successful because the play calling just been awful. Every game that he played pretty much was awful play calling, in my opinion, and I say that respectfully, but. That's just my opinion, though. You know what I mean? Some people are going to say, oh, it's just he's not good. Well, it could be a combination of both. But in my opinion, I think it's play calling. And I'm just going to stick to that. Crazy, more like crazy. Yeah, crazy. How about Joe Burrow? Oh, yes. I would love Joe Burrow. Like, if that's like the only other quarterback that I would be like, all right, if we happen to trade JJ McCarthy or if JJ McCarthy didn't start in 2026, there's only two quarterbacks that I'm willing to be like, okay, that's in the rumors possibly. And that's Justin Herbert and Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is so elite. I have him up there as like a top 3, top 4 quarterback in the game, right? Justin Herbert, I understand people are going to say he chokes a lot in the playoffs, but he's super talented. And I think he'll be perfect for a Kevin O'Connell ran offense. My only thing is this. Regardless of who you get, your offensive line has to be good. Like your offensive line has to be healthy week 1. Our offensive line's was hurt from week 1. We haven't had all our starters. I think we had our starters in probably altogether 3 games this season. Maybe not even that, probably 2 games. I don't know. But week 1, our starting offensive lineman, we had like our tackle, Christian Darisaw was out. I think who else? Somebody else was out too. But yeah. Oh, I like that. He said Jameis Winston could be I would love that, bro. I'm not gonna sit here and cap. I like Jameis Winston's I like his energy too. I think he has a good energy about him. I think he will be a good backup for JJ McCarthy. I think he'll be good. How old is Jameis Winston? So we'll leave that in the comments if you can. Jameis Winston, yeah, that'll be a good pick. Yo, Mike Tua, the GOAT. Hey, listen, Brian Dawkins fan. Listen, respectfully, I'm gonna have to disagree with that. I'm not putting him as the GOAT. I'm not putting him as a GOAT. I found some of the celery juice yesterday, and I actually like the taste of it. I think I might be hooked now. Thanks for putting. Hey, listen, that celery juice was all sold out when I went to the store yesterday. So a lot of people getting that celery. I'm telling you, celery is one of the most healthiest vegetables that you can have in your system. So eating it or juicing it is very healthy. Has so many benefits. But no problem, bro. Winston would be a good pickup. You just have to know he'll throw 4 interception games randomly. He's fun, can be to watch though. Yeah, I think so too. Each team needs a quarterback challenge starter. That's the problem. That is true. Quarterback because of contracts guaranteed to start. And no real exactly. The contracts is listen, who are 3D NBA? Like what you said is facts, bro. I feel like every quarterback should have some type of competition. If your name ain't Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson. Pride them. Everybody needs some type of competition, bro. Like some type of competition. How about your shout out to Chris Real? Everybody in the building, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We are going live for every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. Thank you so much for all y'all support. Yes, I am a Viking fan. I'm just a passionate fan. I'm a Viking fan, but like I said, this is one YouTube family, and everybody's welcome to this YouTube channel. How about y'all trade JJ to the Cowboys? Cowboys have a quarterback. Hey, listen, bro. Hey, listen, Cowboy fan. You must be a Cowboy fan. I say this respectfully. Y'all not getting. I say this respectfully though, bro. Hey, we ain't worrying about y'all. We already beat y'all. Y'all. Hey, we beat y'all in Jerry's world. Y'all don't deserve Justin Jefferson, first of all. And second of all, what can go wrong will go wrong. And that's the Dallas Cowboys. You heard? See you tomorrow morning on ESPN First Take. You heard? Hey, shout out to Stephen A. Smith. But listen, bro, all jokes aside, y'all already got two good wide receivers. Y'all don't need another wide receiver. Y'all need defense. Y'all need corners. Y'all need safeties. Y'all need everything but a wide receiver. You have Pickens and you got CeeDee Lamb. You don't need no dang on Justin Jefferson. And I say that respectfully and with all love. But y'all not getting them. On to the next question. Shout out to you though. You can do 30-yard passes from time to time, but you have to establish the run to get McCarthy in rhythm. I agree. And then you take shots from, yes, exactly. That's my point. That's why I said you play off of the run game. I'm not saying don't ever throw the ball. Exactly. Facts, bro. Keep defense honest. Facts, bro. This is the closest thing to a podcast I'll ever listen to. Shout out to you, bro. Our problem is defense. Yeah, your problem is defense. You don't need no dang on offense. You got enough. Hey, Cowboy fans, y'all don't need no dang on more offense. Your offense is set. It's y'all dang on defense. My Giants are about to put the smackdown on y'all this Sunday. Can't wait to be here talking my ish. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy. I say this with all love, my brother. I say this with all love. Get your chicken wings ready. Get your buffalo wings ready. Get your garlic parmesan wings ready. Get your buffalo wings ready. Get it all ready. Hold on, let me get this. Yeah, get your buffalo, your sweet and sour wings ready. Get it all ready. Get your popcorn ready. I'm going to tell you this right now, my brother. The Minnesota Vikings going to beat the brakes off of the Giants this Sunday. Y'all have no chance. The only way y'all have a chance is if Jackson Dart does some great things. And I'm going to tell you this right now. He isn't going to do anything against this top defense. Listen, I'm to the point right now, this defense, if the Vikings could have just averaged 25 points a game, we would have been in the conversation of probably winning the NFC. That's how confident I am in this defense right now. We'll be in the conversations with the Rams, the Seahawks. We would have won so many more games if we could just average, I'll say 27 points. I'll say 27. Give us 27 points a game. 27, 26 points a game. We would be one of the best teams if we could just average that much points. I'm telling you right now, bro. Only way that the Giants are going to win if they get lucky when it comes to them scoring, because they're not going to score that many points. But the thing about it is the opposite with us. Like, our offense is going to start, like, we're going against another bad defense. Our offense should be able to brutalize our offense should be able to destroy your defense easily. Because I think you're ranked 30th out of 32 teams. Y'all ranked 30th in total defense. I say that respectfully, bro. Y'all still beat us down. Yeah, we still beat y'all, man. And my boy JJ McCarthy did the gritty. He did the gritty, bro. My man JJ McCarthy did the gritty in the end zone. Wild Giants fan, love to see it. Giants won't do right. Giants come back and going to be wild. Nah, it's not going to happen. Jameis will be 32 in a few weeks. Okay, not too old. Not old at all. Giants are trash even with Jackson Dart. Cam's good. Yeah, I like him. I like him, bro. I like him. I like him though. Yeah, they don't have a chance against us. Jameis Winston is trash though. Nah, I like Jameis. He all right. We just trying to get a backup, a decent backup that's better than Sam Howell and Carson Wentz. Marcus Mariota filled in okay with Washington. He might be a decent backup. I like him too. There's a couple other. I gotta look up some more backups, but yeah, I would take Jameis Winston on the Vikings. Y'all need Kyler. McCarthy ain't it. Hey, listen, bro. We gonna see about McCarthy. I don't think that's a fact yet. We gonna see. Cowboys have an amazing offense. Just gotta work on their defense. Never been a fan of the Cowboys, but that Eagles win just set me. Yeah. Jameis Winston could be a good backup for Vikings to keep us afloat. Facts. What's going on, Bradley? Hey, listen, but my whole mindset, I just want to do this quick little live stream because I will be live for most likely the Thursday night game, Rams versus the Seahawks, most likely. So I just wanted to just talk about this because people in their feelings. I had a dude leave in the comments. He was a little salty about me talking about Kyler Murray, and he was like, they're like, you don't know football, man. About like because I'm talking about Kyler Murray. I said respectfully no on Kyler Murray, and I just want people to understand. Like, listen, it is what it is. I'm gonna still talk that talk. Like whether people want to agree or not agree, we could all agree to disagree. You feel me? When it comes to certain things, I just feel like Kyler Murray. We're not trading for him. That's for one. If we sign him, if he gets released by the Cards, it has to be a veteran minimum. It has to be a veteran minimum. Listen, I refuse to trade for any of those quarterbacks. Like I have the power to say that, but I'm just saying, like, if I was crazy, I would refuse to go live I would refuse to trade for those quarterbacks. Grizzly, what's good, bro? Yeah, man, I'm just talking about Tua and Kyler Murray. I just feel like the Vikings, there's so many rumors out here, and I'm trying to shut down these rumors the best way I can, man. Because I'm not feeling the Kyler Murray talk. I'm not feeling the Tua talk. I feel like that would be a mistake. I feel like it'll be a mistake. I'm not trading for him. And if we do sign him on a veteran contract, veteran minimum contract, so be it. But I'll choose Kyler over Tua because Tua is just like they're both injury prone. But the difference between Tua and Kyler is Tua, he got the head injuries, the concussions after concussion after concussion. Like I say that like with all due respect, man. Sometimes you might just have to retire. You know what I mean? He said, I have Cam Ward and Penix. I'm not sold or really even happy with either. And I still don't want Murray or Tua. Yeah. Hey, listen. Penix got injured. I like Oh, my bad, y'all. I actually like Penix. He just got to be healthy, but he hasn't shown enough. I agree with that, but he hasn't been healthy. And then when it comes to Cam Ward, that team is just terrible. That team is terrible. Like, that team is terrible. That's why, like, sometimes, this is just my honest opinion. If your team is so bad, right, and you don't have no wide receivers, you don't have no tight ends, you don't have a defense, you don't have nothing, hey, listen, bro, you might just need to just keep drafting everything but quarterback until you get a complete team. Until you get a solid team, at least on offense, offensive line, you have wide receivers, tight ends, and all that. What's the point of you drafting a quarterback for him to look like that? I mean, I know it's his rookie season, but my goodness. But we'll see what happens. Kyler Murray don't study according to report. Yeah, like I'm cool, bro. I'm cool on the Kyler Murray stuff, man. I'm cool on both of them, Tua and Kyler Murray. I'm not trying to hate on them, but I'm cool on both of them, man. Like I say that respectfully. I just don't feel like it'll be a good idea. Why trade for two quarterbacks that are more injury prone than our quarterback? What sense does that make? What sense does it make for us to trade or sign two quarterbacks that are more injury prone than our starting quarterback? Does that make sense to anybody? And on top of that, right? I say this respectfully. First of all, Kyler Murray is coming off a foot injury. He on IR. And Tua got a concussion issue. One hit, he's knocked out. What kind of like why are we even having this? Like I'm talking about, and there's nothing wrong with talking about it. It's just a discussion, people talking about it. But I'm trying to shut this conversation down. I really am. I hope that they don't even look at these two quarterbacks. And I say that respectfully. I say that respectfully. Christopher, what up, bro? Is JJ the guy? TP. TP Way, the Giant. I don't want to say he is, and I don't want to say he's not. What I will say is I would want to see him play in 2026. I would like to see him play with a coach that believes in him and has good play calling from the beginning of the year, not all the way and wait until week 14 to say, I'm going to adjust the play calling so you can play better. That is the worst coaching. I don't listen. People keep making excuses for Kevin O'Connell, which I don't understand, but it is what it is. People like KLC. It's cool. But I don't want to. I believe in JJ McCarthy. And just because I believe in JJ McCarthy doesn't mean he's the guy. I see potential, but I feel like if you don't have the right coach, he's not going to be successful with the Vikings. That's just my honest opinion. And I'm not saying Kevin O'Connell ain't the right coach. He has to prove it for the rest of this season. I do like the fact that he admitted that he made a mistake. Like, he didn't admit that he made a mistake, but he said that I'm going to simplify the offense. So kind of like admitting he made a mistake with the offense. But when it comes to JJ McCarthy, but I don't know, man. We're going to see. I feel like we got to give him at least 2026. That's my opinion. Give him until 2026. Have you ever thought about starting a Discord server for? You know what? I need to, Poet. I need to. I'm gonna have to look into that, bro. Thank you for that comment, and thank you for the comment. TP Way the Giant. TP Way the Giant. Appreciate you vibing with your boy. And Poet, that's a great question. I'm gonna have to look into that. He said, B Dub 53-2 said, I just stumbled on your live stream. Definitely neither. Just stick with McCarthy until there can be a solid decision can be made. Exactly. I'm to the point where neither. I'm 100% with that. Neither one of them. And I know Kyler Murray's talented. I know Tua is talented. I'm choosing Kyler over Tua, but I'm not trading for neither one of them. And I'm for dang sure. And listen, but it doesn't. I don't even think it would be the best to have them as a backup. I just really don't think it'll be the best. I'm not saying they can't run this offense, but I don't think they're the type of quarterbacks that Kevin O'Connell will want. Like I said, there's only two quarterbacks that's a big name that I would be okay with possibly having as the starting quarterback in 2026. And that is Joe Burrow, which that's probably not going to happen, right? And Justin Herbert. But this is the catch, though. The issue what I have with getting Justin Herbert is what you have to give up to get him, right? And Joe Burrow, right? But this is the other issue, right? If you trade J.J. McCarthy to the Chargers with that head coach, Jim, listen, I'm telling you right now, he knows how to play J.J. McCarthy. He knows what's best for his quarterback. He won a championship with him in college. So he's going to be successful. And I can see it now. They winning games with J.J. McCarthy, and Justin Herbert starts to struggle a couple of games. Viking fans going to be like, I told you so. We should have kept J.J. McCarthy and let him develop. He's on a rookie contract, and we gave up all this. Bro, I can see it now. So if I was going to trade J.J. McCarthy, I don't want to. Don't get it twisted. I don't want to. It would have to be for Joe Burrow. It has to be a big name like that. That's the only way I'm doing it, bro. Only way I'm doing it. And I don't even want to do that all like that because I just feel like we have a lot of things to work out, man. We have to figure out about our safeties. We got to figure out a corner. We have to figure out center. We got to figure out our tackle situation because Christian Darrisaw's hurt and Brian O'Neill gets hurt all the time. Christian Darrisaw gets hurt all the time. It's like we have a lot of things to fill. And if we give up all these first round picks and I mean, I know you can get, good players in the second round, third round, fourth round, etc. And I understand all that. And I know a great quarterback, a good quarterback like Joe Burrow can cover up a lot of deficiencies. Am I willing to take that chance? I don't know, because if JJ McCarthy plays well for the rest of this season, bro, I have to see more. I have to see more. I can't go all in on Joe Burrow. I just can't. Tua or Kyler, stay with JJ. Facts. I agree. Panthers in big situation. Yeah, Panthers have a chance to the Panthers honestly have a chance to win the division. The Bucks are struggling. Kyler will win you a Super Bowl. Kyler, I don't know, bro. I don't know. When has Kyler played a full season? I don't think he has ever played a full season. Matter of fact, I can look it up right now. Kyler Murray, he played a full season in 2024. In 2024, he did play a full season. He threw for 3,851 yards. He had 21 touchdowns passing and 11 interceptions. His QBR was 93.5, which is pretty darn good, actually. No, my bad. His QBR, my bad. 63.4. My bad. I'm sorry. Read the wrong thing. He also, he's a dual threat. So he also had 5 rushing touchdowns. He had 572 rushing yards, 78 carries. Hold on. My bad, y'all. And he also had, oh my goodness, he fumbled 5 times and he lost 3 in 2024. So that was a good season. That was his best season of his career. Was his best season, in my opinion, was in 2024. Maybe? Nah, it's not true. Maybe. I don't know. Because you can talk about 2020. He played 16 games, 3,971 passing yards, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. QBR is 61.9. So his highest QBR was in 2024. That was his best season when it comes to QBR. I don't know. I don't know if he could. I don't know if this will be the right offense for him. Got my popcorn mic and my lemon pepper wings. Would you get rid of Justin Jefferson in first round pick for Burrow? Would I get rid of Justin? I feel like if Joe Burrow was to come to the Vikings, he's gonna want Justin Jefferson. So I would say no to the JJ. And in return, I think the Bengals are gonna want. I think the Bengals are gonna want JJ McCarthy in return. They're not gonna just trade. They're gonna want JJ McCarthy in return, which I wouldn't want to get rid. I really don't want to get rid of JJ McCarthy. But if they go all in on Joe Burrow, you're gonna have to give up something. But Justin Jefferson ain't going to be the guy because Joe Burrow is going to want to come to the Vikings because he has a no trade clause. If he comes to the Vikings, he's not going to want to come to the Vikings without a Justin Jefferson. I know that we have Jordan Addison. He's not Justin Jefferson. I know we have Speedy Naylor. He's not Justin Jefferson. Even though Justin Jefferson is having career low numbers this year, people forget how good he is. And if he had a Joe Burrow throwing him the ball, I guarantee you he's going to be debatably the best wide receiver in the game once again. In my opinion, Joey B or McCarthy or 2026 quarterback class, nothing else. Right. What's your thoughts on Kwesi? My thoughts on Kwesi is he made some good picks and some bad picks, right? I think that Dallas Turner was a good pick. I think that JJ McCarthy potentially could be an all-time good pick as well. I think that Ed Ingram was a slept-on pick because they didn't give him time to develop, and he went to the Texans, and he's one of the best guards in the game. So it's not about just drafting talent. You got to be able to develop these talent. None of these prospects are perfect when they come into the NFL. NFL and college is levels to the game, like Meek Mill said. So, like, how does Ed Ingram go from a bust as a guard, right? And then when he goes and gets traded to the Texans, he's like one of the best guards in the game. He's like a top 15 guard or top 10 guard in the game right now with the Texans. And I think it's because of play calling. That's just my honest opinion, play calling. certain players are better at run blocking. Like he's a great run blocking guard. You know what I mean? But we didn't run the block. We didn't run the balls enough. And I say that when it comes to the offensive line, it's easier for you to block, like run block, than pass block. And that's one thing that I wish that Kevin O'Connell, and I know he knows, he knows way more about football than me. I'm not gonna pretend I know more than him, but that's one thing that he fails to do consistently. And even if it's not working, to still run the ball. And guards like Ed Ingram, they feed off that run. That can build his confidence. So when they do pass block, he got his swag. He don't got his swag because he's giving up a sack here. He's getting pushed to the ground. Oh, I don't know. It's just you got to build these dudes' confidence up with the play calling, man. That's just my honest opinion. So then you got bogus moves like the Mekhi Blackman. Why would you trade him? That didn't make sense. Harrison Phillips. Why would you trade him? Didn't make sense. You got Jonathan Allen, which I think that was not a good pickup, crazy. Hargrave is as solid. He's not the best pickup, but Jonathan Allen was terrible. I did like the Isaiah Rodgers. I think he was solid pickup. The re-signing of Byron Murphy, I'm not the biggest fan of Byron Murphy. I'm not a Byron Murphy guy. I would have kept Cam Bynum. That's his name, right? Cameron Bynum. I would have kept him. And I would have got rid of Byron Murphy. That's just my opinion. I know he's an interception machine last season, but I'm cool. He's not really that good in my opinion. He all right. Now, another positive about Kwesi is Andrew Van Ginkel was a great pickup. Blake Cashman was a great pickup. Jonathan Grenard was a solid pickup as well. And another pickup that nobody wants to talk about, don't want to get Kwesi the credit for, is Eric Wilson. Do y'all know that was the biggest pickup in this offseason? Listen, I slept on it. I didn't even make a video about Eric Wilson. I said, he's just coming back. He probably not going to get no playing time. Yo, I underestimated Eric Wilson. Eric Wilson is one of the best defensive players on this team. When he gets minutes, he's all over the place making a play. So those are just some I do have questions about Kwesi and drafting some players, but a lot of the stuff he does do a lot more good in my opinion than bad. Like overall, I think he's been good with the free agency, but the drafting's not been the best. Like for instance, the Ty Felton pickup in the 3rd round. Why didn't you draft Andrew Makuba from Texas? Why would you draft Ty Felton? And then on top of that, you gave up on Ty Felton and you traded for Adam Thielen, and Adam Thielen didn't do nothing for us because you didn't utilize him. And I'm not going to sit here and say he's washed to the point where he can't make a catch. Something got to give. I'm not going to always blame the players for everything. The players got to make plays, but how does he not fit your offense when you traded for him and you have a Jalen Naylor? You wanted Adam Thielen because you wouldn't believe in Jalen Naylor and you didn't believe in Ty Felton, because otherwise, why would you draft Ty Felton in the 3rd round? Doesn't make sense. When you need a safety, Harrison Smith is on his way out, and guess what? We still need a safety. Theo Jackson, I'm not the biggest fan of Theo Jackson. I'm going to be honest with you. Josh Metellus is a hybrid. He all right, but come on, we need a safety. So we got a lot of questions right now. This is why I'm kind of iffy about the Joe Burrow, because I know that he can cover up deficiencies, but I'm nervous about Christian Darrisaw and his health. I'm nervous about Brian O'Neill and his health. I'm nervous about our center position. We need a center because Ryan Kelly, concussions. So I'm a little bit nervous when it comes. I'm excited, but I'm nervous at the same time. But overall, Kwesi's been solid. He hasn't been absolutely horrible, but he hasn't been good. He's in the middle for me. I'm neutral with Kwesi. I'm neutral. So I'm not going to say the man should be fired, but I have to admit he has to do better with the drafting. And also, he has to be able to draft the players that fit the team that we have. He has to understand that we're not good at developing players like that. So you got to get a ready-made player almost that doesn't need too much to develop, and they can get on that football field and do something, because obviously we don't like to develop players like that. And you see it with J.J. McCarthy. You see it right in front of us, like right before our eyes. We see it right before our eyes when it comes to J.J. McCarthy. So I don't know. Kyler hasn't won a division. What Kyler highest win total in the season? I gotta look that up. Yo, Mike, what's up? Word ups. Murray ain't bad, but He's not the answer. Shout out to everybody in the building. Everybody that's in the building, make sure you hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We are going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. And I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. There's a lot of evil going on around the whole entire world. And I want this to be the channel where we can all come together and vibe. Whether you agree with me or not, whether I agree with you or not, we can always agree to disagree. It doesn't have to be, oh, you don't know anything. Oh, you're stupid. You're dumb. Like, bro, it's okay to agree to disagree. Like, I know for a fact people are not going to agree with everything I say. And that's what makes us special. All of us are special in our own way. We have our own minds. And that's the best thing about being a sports content creator and just being able to vibe and get different perspectives, different opinions about stuff. Because you know what I mean? My opinion, I like listening to y'all. I like seeing what y'all got to say. But shout out to y'all. Murray ain't bad, but don't be other Browns. Stick to what you got, and the most take a flyer on a yeah, okay, I got you. I agree with that. He was a little above mid before injuries. Yeah, you gotta swap them. Yeah. You gotta swap the money too. So you gotta give up something. Facts. So that's why the only way we get a Kyler is that they release him. Veteran minimum. That's all. I'm not trading for Kyler, and I'm not trading for Tua. And the same thing goes for Joe Burrow. If you get a Joe Burrow, you're going to have to give up a lot, bro. You're going to have to give up like a Jonathan Grenard. You're going to give up J.J. McCarthy. You're going to give up like 2 first-round picks. You might have to give up another defensive line. Like, bro, it's a lot you're going to give up, bro. Like, you're not giving up just a little bit for that man. Like, you're going to give up a lot to get a Joe Burrow. Just to match the money, and they're going to want draft capital. Listen, I'm trying to tell y'all they're going to want a lot. They ain't going to do us no favors. Oh, you want Joe Burrow? Oh, by the way, we need this, and that, and the third. We ain't giving you no deal. We're not giving you no deal. It is what it is. We trying to win our first Super Bowl just like y'all trying to win your first Super Bowl. I don't think the Bengals won a Super Bowl. The Vikings ain't win a Super Bowl. So why would I give you a franchise quarterback that's a pro, that's one of the best in the game for the low? You're going to give me everything and more. My Bucks can't win if we lose this week. Our playoff hopes are almost gone. Hey, listen, bro. The Bucks been struggling. I actually was talking about that earlier today. I went live and I was talking about how the Bucks, you know, that the season is a long season. Remember when they were saying that the Bucks are one of the best teams in the NFL, including myself? Remember when they said Baker Mayfield's in the MVP conversations, including myself? This is why I say you gotta wait. You gotta wait, man. And them early games are important. But it's not everything because, you know, injuries happen. And, man, I'm a big Baker Mayfield guy, but injuries caught up with that team. Trending JJ to try and get a better quarterback would be like hitting on 20 and black. Yeah. Lock it in. Yeah. Dude's massively talented and a natural leader. Facts. Vibes, you live for it. Oh, yeah, I might be live for the game tonight, y'all. I might be live for the game tonight. I agree, Mike. McCarthy should be It's funny. The Wolves are retiring. Oh, yeah, I heard about, you know, Kevin Garnett, one of my favorite players. You know, I'm a Sixer fan, but I always have respect for Kevin Garnett. Like, I don't know how anybody cannot like Kevin Garnett. If you didn't like Kevin Garnett, you just don't like sports. I'm sorry to say that. You just don't like sports. People would say that they would say his confidence is arrogance. He would talk to himself. He would talk trash to you, and he would dominate. You know, the bad thing about it is I really wish Kevin Garnett finished and won with the Timberwolves. I know he got a championship with the Celtics, but it would have been nice to see him winning with the Timberwolves. I think the Timberwolves just didn't build around him enough. Not enough. And it sucks. It happens. I'm a Sixer fan. We had Allen Iverson, and we didn't win with Allen Iverson, so I understand it. It does suck, though, but I'm happy that they're giving him the respect. And the greatest Timberwolves, to my knowledge, I don't know all the history about the Timberwolves. To my knowledge, Kevin Garnett's the greatest Timberwolves player of all time. And I think that Ant-Man with the master plan, I say Ant-Man with the master plan is right behind him if he can continue doing what he's doing, because Ant-Man got to the Western Conference twice in a row, and that's a big accomplishment for a young player. How old is Ant-Man? Like 23? Like it's amazing what he has already accomplished. Allegedly, Kelsey knows football. In second round, third round for Justin Jefferson, except or no, we declining that, bro. Decline anything with yeah. I wish Kevin O'Connell adjusted the game plan sooner. More short route. Exactly, bro. In wide receiver screens. Yes. When running backs was hot, keep running. Yes, bro. I said this earlier. People be trying to make it seem like listen, football ain't rocket science. I know I'm not the smartest person in the world, never pretend to be the smartest person in the world. But I'll tell you one thing. I'm running the freaking ball. If it's 3rd and 1, I'm running the ball. Like, you know what I'm gonna do? Stop it. When they had Adrian Peterson, they knew who was gonna run the ball. You can stack the box and all you want. You can do whatever you want. Guess what we gonna do? We gonna run the ball. There's nothing you can do. What is the most devastating thing for a defense is they know what you're going to do before you do it, and they still can't stop you. That is the best thing you can do to a defense. To completely destroy their confidence by doing what they know you're going to do, and you still do it, and you get the first down, and you move the sticks time and time again. See, that's the thing about the Vikings. We know what they're going to do. It could be 3rd and 1. They're going to do a play action pass and lose about 10 yards. Say, now let me stop playing. But it did happen. We threw a pick 6 the one time. You know what I'm saying? So we got to figure it out. So Jefferson, you're giving up way too much for that trade. Yeah. Eric Kendricks, is he good? Niners have him now. Oh, I love Eric Kendricks. I don't know how good he is right now, but in his prime, he's one of the best middle linebackers in Minnesota Viking history. My favorite linebacker in Minnesota Viking history isn't Eric Kendricks. It's actually Chad Greenway. And I'm going to be honest with you. I know people are going to say, you're tripping, Mike. Chad Greenway is not better than Eric Kendricks. I will say this. I got to look at the numbers, right? And I understand Eric Kendricks is a very good cover middle linebacker, getting interceptions. He was a great leader. He's really good. He was really good with the Vikings. But I just like Chad Greenway, man. I think he was a special player. I think people underestimate him. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. What's going on, Benjamin? Are you going to beat the Giants? We're going to beat the brakes off the Giants. The question ain't, are we going to beat the Giants? The question should be, how many points are we going to beat the Giants by? That's the question. How many points are the Vikings going to beat the Giants by? 30, 40, 50, 75, 100 points, maybe even more than that. If you shout out to everybody, Chris Real, shout out to you. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button. We are going live for absolutely every single Minnesota Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. And I always say sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. And I truly feel that way. Salute to everybody that's in the building. Joe Burrow is great, but he can't win now with a bad team around him. If they trade for him, they'll have to give up too much, and he'll still have a bad team around him. And I agree, certain instances, only if they can figure out the offensive line. And then you got to think of it like this. And I agree, Mr. Hugo 61, because Brian Flores is not going to be the defensive coordinator anymore. And I'm 100%. I feel like our defense is going to take a step back. They're not going to be a top 10 defense next year. So you don't got a top 10 defense, plus you have a lot of other holes in your team. Hey, listen, bro, you on to something. But, man, getting Joe Burrow, man, that would be nice, though. I ain't going to lie. But I'm rocking with my guy, J.J. McCarthy. I got to rock with him for 2026. That's my final answer. Whether he plays good or not in these last 3 games, I want to see him in 2026. Why? He better play good in these last 3 games. He got to be solid at least. Remind me of the anything's possible. Facts. I'm on the boat. Yeah. So hypothetically, Burrow is available and JJ continues to grow, shows promise and signs. What do you do as a GM? Hey, listen, Joe Burrow got to tell me he wants to be traded to the Vikings. Joe Burrow has to tell me that he can restructure his contract so we can get some more things on this team. There's so many things, man. There's so many things that have to go work out. But I want to see what J.J. McCarthy has. I would be very disappointed if he goes to the Bengals or the Chargers and he looks amazing and we over here looking crazy. Well, we just gave up everything and we gave up first round picks. It's a risk, it's a risk that I might take, but I got to really think long and hard about it because you're giving up too much. You're giving up a lot. That part of why so many hate and push. They know what's in. Skull come in and they still don't stop it. Right. Until recently. Right. Greenway was a dog. Yeah, bro. They don't understand Greenway, bro. I try to tell people they don't understand Greenway, bro. Like they don't understand how good Greenway is, bro. Like I be trying to tell people he ain't that good. Hey, listen, bro. Respectfully speaking, I think he's good. I think he my favorite linebacker. It's him. See, I go, all right, my favorite linebackers, right? Chad Greenway, EJ Henderson. The only thing about EJ, bro, he just put everything on the line, bro. That man did everything to stop like the ball carrier. Though that brother would break his leg. Like I don't know if he broke his leg once. He just got hurt so much, but EJ Henderson was a dog. Do y'all remember EJ Henderson? And also Ben Lieber as well. Is that his name? Ben Lieber? I liked him as well, but Chad Greenway and EJ was my guys, bro. Antonio, Winfield, the William Wall. It's nothing like it, bro. It's nothing like the William Wall, bro. I got Vikings 27-17 over the G-Men. Let's get it. We're going to beat the brakes. Word up, so hit that like button. Thank you for that. Word up. You had so many draft picks and are only a quarterback away from championship run. That's when you get Joey B. You can't give up talent, though. It'll hurt too much. Yeah, it's a give and take situation with that. You got to really know what you're about to do. They got to tell me every step. Like, no, they're not going to tell me every step. I'm talking as if I had power to make Viking moves, but I'm just saying, like, from an outside looking in, as a fan of the Vikings, I just would love to know, like, what is the situation with the offensive line? Because we got to protect Joey. We got to protect JJ McCarthy, period, right? We got to protect our quarterback. Then what is the decision when it comes to our defensive line? Because we don't have no defensive tackles that can stop the dang on run. What is the decision when it comes to corner? I say this respectfully. I'm not a big Byron Murphy guy. And what is the conversations we have with the linebackers? Because, you know, they're getting up there. And what's the conversation we're going to have about the safeties? I mean, it's a lot of holes, bro. How can you fit? Like, listen, we could have Tom Brady, and Tom Brady probably won't be able to fill up all these holes, bro. Like, when it comes to just, like, covering up the deficiencies. You know what I mean? Because I know great quarterbacks can cover up a lot of deficiencies, but I don't know. People forget how long it takes for most pocket primary quarterbacks to mature. Even Peyton Manning was horrible looking in his first season. Yeah, and I get it, bro. But this is what I want to say. I try not to compare J.J. McCarthy to the all-time great like Peyton. And I say that respectfully to J.J. McCarthy because I don't even think it's fair to compare him to them. I get your point. I get what you're saying. But at the same time, for every quarterback that struggled that was a Peyton Manning, there's a million busts or someone that's just average or below average. There's not one Peyton Manning in NFL history. There's only one Peyton Manning. That man was a different type of. He was the coach on the field. Like he was the coach off and on the field. He was probably the most gifted with his mind. He beat defenses with his mind. He might have never had the strongest arm. He might have never been the most athletic quarterback. You know what I'm saying? But he always beat defenses with his mind. I always had respect for Peyton Manning. Always had. But I try my hardest when people compare like this, like who led the NFL interceptions the 1 year? I think Josh Allen. I try not to even bring up Josh Allen because it's like we gotta hope that JJ McCarthy can be that good. I'm just being honest. Like I want JJ McCarthy to make his own name and be good by proving it on the field, and then we'll go from there. I understand it's fun to compare, and you're trying to like compare because you're like, maybe he can be this quarterback, even though he led the NFL in interceptions. I get it. I get the comparison. But I just want JJ McCarthy to create his own name by his play on that football field, create his legacy on that football field. And but it is fun to compare, I will admit. Now, I will say this. JJ McCarthy is one of his biggest gifts as a quarterback, as a young quarterback that's 22 years old, has to be his leadership. I think he has leadership qualities. Like, he's like a veteran when it comes to leadership qualities, man. Like, his leadership, and that takes you a long way. When you have great leadership and you demand a lot of respect. I think the locker room respects him, and that's a great start. He can make any throw, in my honest opinion. Sometimes it's not the most accurate, but even veteran quarterbacks are not always accurate. I've seen Patrick Mahomes bounce a ball off the dirt. I've seen Josh Allen bounce a ball off the dirt. I recently seen Patrick Mahomes look bad in the Super Bowl against the Eagles. He was scared of his own shadow against the Eagles, so it can happen. But I will say this: we have to figure a way to get the best wide receiver involved. JJ to JJ. Gritty in the end zone. I want to see both of them do the gritty in the end zone in this next game against the Giants. Great game tonight. College playoffs tomorrow and Saturday. Great NFL games Saturday, Sunday, Monday. It's a great time to be a football fan. Facts. You guys needed to tank, get a first pick, and trade out of it. The Vikings would have been set for assuming drafting was okay. Yeah, right. That's the problem too, though. McCarthy isn't a pocket passer. He's more of a dual threat. Yeah. He's a quarterback who plays backyard football for most of the time. Peyton had an incredible arm, though. Yeah. He was just slow because his forehead. Oh my gosh. And on that note, I will end this live stream. I will be live for this game. Probably not the very start of the game, but I will be live for the Rams and the Seahawks play-by-play style with my commentary. If anybody's interested, come back to the live stream. I will be live in a few minutes. But shout out to everybody that's in the building. God bless everybody in the building. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. Hit the subscribe button on your way out. And we are going live for absolutely every single Viking game with the scoreboard and everything. And whether you're a Viking fan or not, consider subscribing. This is one YouTube family. And I always say, sports are designed to bring us together, not separate us. And I truly feel that way. Salute to y'all, and I will be back. Peace.